The love of a single heart can make a world of difference, said Rwandan genocide survivor Immaculée Ilibagiza. Ladies and gentlemen, at the age of 16, I became a mother. Yes, you heard me correctly. Exactly 7 months ago, I became a mother. This isn't a speech about statistics or injustices or even the horrors of abortion. This is simply a story. Today, I felt called to tell you all the story of my baby, Lucy. On August 1st of last year, a little girl whom we call Lucy was born and placed into foster care. 3 days later, my friend's dad received a phone call. There was a newborn at the hospital in need of a family. Considering they were already fostering a baby boy, you would think he would hesitate with the response, right? Well, you couldn't be further from the truth. That call was over as soon as it had started. Within the next 3 hours, they would become a family of 7. While the dad went to buy everything they would need for the baby, including a car seat to just pick her up, my family took their other kids to our house. And surely enough, a few hours later, he was pulling into our driveway with a little itty-bitty baby girl as the newest addition to their family and our community. When we finally heard the doorbell, my friends can testify, that was probably the fastest they'd ever seen me run. I had no care except to see this baby. But at that point in time, I never could have imagined the impact she would have on my life. When our friends left town for a week in September, my family was incredibly blessed with the opportunity to care for her until they returned. Being obsessed with babies and children, I took on the role of being her mother because, well, I could, and my family knew better than to mess with me. For that full week, I held her all 24 hours of the day, every day, only taking breaks for anything else that required 2 hands. So it's a pretty good thing I learned to use one for mostly everything. I would wake up in the night to feed her every 2 hours. Actually, let me restate that. I got up in the night to feed her as I slept practically nothing. I would switch out both of our clothes when she would throw up on me. I would change her diapers. I did everything for this baby. And every second that passed, I fell more and more in love with her tiny little attitude when she wasn't sleeping, and her gorgeous gray eyes. During her time with us, we and her foster family took her everywhere we went. The park, mass, faith formation, and even last year's Celebrate Life dinner. My family also took her to a nursing home one day where she put the biggest smile on every single resident there. Because of her, those months of August, September, and October were certainly the greatest I have ever experienced. However, none of us were prepared for the night of October 20th. In the early morning of October 21st, I was awakened by my mother frantically entering my room. She had news. Our friends had gone to the hospital the night prior with little baby Lucy. God works in mysterious ways. I do not know why she was gone so soon, why she only lived 2 months and 19 days. But I have no doubt the love of the enormous community who accepted her and cared for her meant everything to her. Many people in the pro-life movement make the mistake of saying, you're aborting future doctors, musicians, lawyers, equating a child's worth with her talents and usefulness to society. But I can assure you, baby Lucy contributed absolutely nothing modern society values to this world. In fact, she was pretty financially burdensome on the system, particularly with all of her medical visits. And yet, was her life not worth living? Was she not worthy of our unconditional love? Would we have been better off without her? Would she have been better off killed? She was the perfect target for the abortion industry. Her parents were drug addicts who were homeless, and they had many mental health issues, including depression and schizophrenia. They had 6 other children who were placed in different homes, and by the looks of it, they did not care much for Lucy once she was born. But we did. We loved her. She gave us the opportunity to love selflessly. How can the pro-choice side say we do nothing for these children? How can anyone say that we don't care once the child is born, that we want women and children to suffer? Yes, this precious baby girl lost her life anyway, and she was foreseen to have many health issues, especially psychological. But how beautiful that she passed painlessly in the crib of a loving home and not at the cold and sterile tools of an abortionist. I am so grateful that she was placed into my life because within those 2 months, I was able to see her grow so much from how I met her when she was born a month early. It was through her that I was able to experience a sliver of the role of motherhood. It was because of her that I realized how desperately the children of foster care need to be loved. And it was through her that I was finally able to understand what it means to love someone more than life itself. Half a year later, and my heart still aches with her absence. Not a day goes by when I don't think of my baby. I could not allow myself to confine this little girl's story to just the few months she was with us, to just a few paragraphs in an essay, or even just a few seconds in a speech. I had to share it with the world. In a few months, we will be at the 42nd Celebrate Life banquet. So why not celebrate life? Yes, we have to know what we are fighting against: abortion, euthanasia, embryonic stem cell research, infanticide. But we also have to keep in mind what we are fighting for. Life. This is what we are fighting for. These children, these little Lucies, are whom we are fighting for. Life is beautiful, however long, however short. Life is precious, and we are all blessed with it today because of the infinite love and mercy of our Lord. So cherish it and protect it, for everyone is loved by someone. Every child has a home in the heart of someone. Christ is here on earth today through each and every one of us. So I urge you, be his hands and his feet, serving everyone you encounter. But most importantly, be his heart and love those who have no one else in this world. Because one day, maybe, just maybe, a baby Lucy might come along, and your love could make another world of difference. Thank you.